Hey people, it's me again. So, anyways, um, there's one thing I had to also mention to people that there are certain examples of manifestation in certain TV shows, and um, one example that I could think of is like the episode of Simpsons, um, the Leftorium episode. If anybody had ever really watched that episode, it was an early Simpsons episode, and where Ned Flanders had opened like the Leftorium, and then I think Homer was being a bit jealous at some point because early early Simpsons, like Ned was supposed to be the foil to Homer in a way of having like the perfect uh, life, the grass is greener kind of thing, keeping up with the Joneses. And then I think he had wished for Left Horn to fail, but it was a silent wish where when they had some sort of dinner or potluck and where they played the with the wishbone, and then he had got the bigger half of the wishbone, you know, and and then so what happened there was like the leftorium started to fall apart, and you know, and then the weirdest thing was a lot of these other people who were left-handed in a way, and then but it was also the fact that um, Homer was so jealous of Ned Flanders' business, he had purposely, you know, did things there, but it was something like towards the end he kind of felt guilty, and then had told all these other people about the left-handed things, like left-handed can openers, left-handed this, or all of that, and then saved Flanders from being foreclosed on his house at that point. But at the same time, it was like Homer had a bit of Schadenfreude when it came to that, because and then in a way he also had this sort of sour grapes there because of the subtle envy towards Flanders and all. But that was always been something I have to kind of mention, you know. But it was one of those little things again where you have to kind of be careful when it comes to manifesting your specific person. Because if you want it like your specific person to be obsessed with you, you're gonna get that person that's obsessed with you in a negative way if you don't make clear about what your intentions were and actually feel that that's your intention, that you want your specific person to be obsessed with you, but in a more healthy way, not in an unhealthy stalkerish kind of way, because after all, that one guy that I talked about, Matt, in the past, he probably wanted me to be obsessed with him, but he got the version of me that was obsessed with him in a negative way, where I would just be subtly stalking him and all. But even though I was with one of my exes at that point in time, when finally my dad got off my back, that guy Eloy the actor had gotten a life, and Matt had moved away to whatever state it was, and possibly learning that that if a guy is not interested, just don't go around pestering him so much just to make a yes out of from a no at that point, when it was one of those little things, as I said before, like, that, like, what happens when it comes to, like, if we decided, like, what, I'm better off without that person, and then lo and behold, that person is now obsessed, and we're not even interested in them anymore. And it's like the whole transferring that obsession with that specific person onto them. They become obsessed with us when we're not even thinking and didn't care if we don't have it. You know, and that's kind of like the whole point about one of my SPs at that point. You know, J2 there. You know, I was already feeling like that way. You know, even before the whole falling out occurred, that yeah, I could be happy without him. Doesn't matter. You know, because there's plenty of other guys out here that I can also get with. You know, what if I just, you know, want to have a date or want to hook up or friends with benefits or a boyfriend or maybe a husband or something. You know, that's kind of like the truth about it. So, anyways, guess that's probably it. So, talk to you guys later.